Hello, I am Matthew Munoz, author, artist, and commentator, and these are my offhand remarks on Kamen Rider Kiva music being way too loud. No, these are my offhand remarks on Tokutember Day 25. The concept for Day 25 is evolution. I did a little sketch last night after a great workout with all my norepinephrine. Sorry, I'm making really dated references that'll ruin this. Anyway, I'd originally started with this character over here. I decided to do a pose, one character looking this way, one character looking this way, and then one looking straight at the camera. And my idea for that was that I'm supposed to be showing evolution in the Tokutember challenge for Day 25. And I thought, well, you know, Kamen Riders have forms, which you may not know, but I do. Anyway, they have forms, and they'll start with the base form, and then they'll get different forms, and they have like a final form, which is them at their strongest. So I thought, why not do something Rider-esque and start off with a very simple Kamen Rider? And I'm going to break into high speed at some point. So look, it's going to be based off of a moth or a worm. Here's a moth-ish man guy that I made before. And actually, I'm going to do something similar with the wings down and folded against the body. But this was supposed to be a moth Digimon, because I like Digimon. There's a female moth Digimon. She's very cool. One of my favorite drawings, actually. Look at those feet. Great. I like it. Anyway. And so anyway, I'm flipping through right now to show you some Kamen Riders I made years ago for a personal project. Of course, I wasn't paid. There was the bad guy, the villain of the thing, and this inspired my alligator one that you probably haven't seen yet, because I haven't done the collected Tokutember on it yet. This is a bat one. The bat should be coming up next, or soon. Okay, so there was a slight interruption. You'll probably notice a jump cut in the music, but that's okay, because that's not the focus. Anyway, also Wolf. I did Wolf Lady the other day. I'll just show you real quick what I ended up doing with her. Have to move things around more than I thought I would. Anyway, this came from this, basically. So, anyway, but the theme is evolution, and I decided I'd show that with kind of like a Kamen Rider mook, or there's like chattel that the Kamen Riders get to beat up a bunch, especially in the old shows. Guys wearing berets and big belts with a Nazi-ish eagle on them, because the Japanese worked with the Nazis, and Shocker was a neo-Nazi organization, and eugenics, technology, all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that's what they were about. So anyway, yeah, I kind of wanted to show growth from like a worm, and this person who regards himself as a worm, and then to like into a chrysalis kind of state, and then into whatever they're going to turn into. And I figure, I actually, because when I'm drawing, ideas flow into my mind, I was actually thinking that this could be a cool concept for a story. I could even take this character or other characters as a base to carry forward in other writing projects. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and draw my worm-like character over here. I started the sketch earlier, as you can see. I don't know how good the lighting is at the moment, so I apologize for that. I wish it was better. Oh dear. What am I doing? Okay, so about now, things should be snapping into really fast speed for you to watch the drawing as I listen to some music, and then I'll comment over it. Yeah, I'll be commenting over it in the future. So in 3, 2, 1. I guess I'll talk about the idea I have, which is actually what I wanted to do, so I'm glad I have given myself permission to do that. So I really like the idea of having, by the way, never mind. I really like the idea of the evil organization in Kamen Rider, and that the power of the Kamen Rider is the power of the bad guys, because there's a concept in Hebrew that I think I've talked about before with the golem that I drew golem the other day, but there's a concept that a golem, it's just a golem. A golem it's kind of like that saying, there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Like, that's kind of true in a lot of areas in life. Like, a golem isn't evil, a gun isn't evil. These weapons that we create don't destroy because they don't destroy because, or they're not evil because they're weapons. They're tools that can be used to harm people, and that's the bad thing about them. So, anyway, just it's kind of an interesting concept, and it's something I've always really liked. And anyway, it's something I want to carry forward in my stories, and it's something that attracts me particularly about Kamen Rider. And I think, I just think it's kind of used to beautifully illustrate that dichotomy within people, and that, like, kind of no matter what your origins are, no matter who you are, who you started out as, like, you can do good with your life and you can be good. And that's a really valuable lesson to me, and I think it's something really beautiful and something that people should take to heart. And like, one of my favorite Kamen Riders is well, I guess, what should I go with? Let's go with Black, just for fun, because Black's really popular. Kamen Rider Black is supposed to be taking over for this organization or this cult, really, called Golgum, where they use, like, ancient, they call them mutant, or sorry, I shouldn't do that. They call them mutants, but it's not like the Chris Claremont. It's not like the X-Men or Marvel Universe understanding of mutants. It's like they're just like strange creatures, and they're these monsters that they call mutants, and these monsters are actually kind of ancient, and they come from the world from long ago. And the deal with these Golgum mutants is that the cult leaders of Golgum are, like, preparing the way, kind of like a reverse John the Baptist thing. They're preparing the way for their great leader to take over the human world and to displace humans and, like, kind of enslave them, so that the mutant monsters can, like, have supremacy over the world, and he, as their leader, will secure that for them, basically. And so I had to take a little break, and I am ready to get back into it, but I'm coming in here at normal speed again to just let you know that I colored those in. You should be able to see, and I'm going to go ahead and work at finishing this up right now in like 15 minutes. So I'm hoping to draw the moth lady here, and boy, I hope this does not interrupt my commentary that I had speeding over the track, which it may. We'll just have to find out. I'm figuring this out as I go along, folks. So here we go. Slow down. Oh no, I'll do this. And Kamen Rider Black, he gives himself the name Kamen Rider because who knows where he heard it from in universe, but he is called by the organization Black Sun, and his foe, his opponent that he's supposed to fight for, like, the crown and supremacy to become Creation King, is called Shadow Moon. And this Shadow Moon, so Black Sun, Shadow Moon, you can hear the astrological kind of, like, I don't know, like how people used to worship the sun and moon. Like, there's kind of that aspect to it. And anyway, these guys are supposed to be really powerful and like to be worshipped by this group, and they will, like, conquer humanity one day. And Minami Kotaro, Kamen Rider Black, rejects the name Black Sun, and it's interesting because, like, the villains call him Black Sun, and he totally just rejects it, and he's like, he doesn't ever say, like, no, I'm Kamen Rider, but, like, he's saying that with his actions because of the way he protects people and stuff. And so I really like that. Like, I don't know if it's the rebellion that I like, or if it's just the strength of the human spirit that, like, no, even though this person has been rebuilt in the image of evil, so that they can do, you know, dastardly deeds and hurt people, like, they're going to refuse to do that, and they're going to be good, and they're going to use the power that they've been given to do something right. And it feels just so redemptive. Like, you can really, you know, I guess you could think of yourself as being a product of evil, or I don't know, like I've talked about, and I think I've referenced it once more, about being in the United States, and what that means, and like how bad America has been. Not that I don't like living here. I love it, in fact, and I don't think there's any other place I'd want to live except maybe Israel, but Israel's kind of crazy in some ways, and in some ways it's, I've heard it's so peaceful and beautiful when you're actually there, despite what you might think. But anyway, like the United States is pretty awesome, and like we're very blessed and very rich and very safe here, but like that richness and freedom comes at like a negative, a cost to other people, not because we're stealing from them, but because I don't know if it's intrinsically like what keeps the United States wealthy is the military-industrial complex or what, but it's sure utilized by the United States, and like it wouldn't be done if war weren't profitable. People wouldn't keep making war, I would like to think, and unless they are sickos who like war, which doesn't make sense, but that could be the case. But anyway, so I kind of feel like with the power I have, with the blessings that I have from being an American born in America, like I can use that power and privilege and whatever to accomplish certain things that other people couldn't, and I'm going to be thankful for that, and like I'm going to act with what I have, and I'm going to seize those blessings and use them for good, and that's what I choose to do with what I have. And if other people don't want to, that's up to them. They can complain about being Americans all they want. I'm not saying that people who are activists don't do anything, because that's an unfair characterization, but there's certainly some people who don't, anyway, I don't want to get into defaming